Joe Rogan is making a case for getting rid of weight cutting in MMA, calling it one of the sport's most dangerous practices. Having been involved in the fight game since the late 90s, Rogan has seen MMA evolve into a multi-billion-dollar industry. Now he believes it's time for the UFC to take the next big step and put fighter safety first by eliminating extreme weight cuts once and for all. He shared that he had previously suggested this idea to Ari Emanuel, the CEO of Endeavor, when the company first acquired the UFC. Rogan proposed random weight checks as a way to prevent extreme cuts, suggesting that fighters step on a scale at any given time to ensure they're competing within a realistic weight class. He also called for the creation of more weight classes, highlighting the large gaps between divisions like 185 and 205 pounds, which he deemed unfair compared to boxing's more precise weight categories. Rogan compared weight cutting to the use of steroids, describing it as a form of sanctioned cheating. He emphasized the need to identify what fighters like Islam Makhachev weigh when healthy and to base their competition weight on that, rather than forcing athletes to endure grueling and unsafe practices just to make weight. Weight cutting has long been a controversial issue in MMA, with several UFC legends speaking out about its dangers in recent years. TJ Dillashaw's move down to flyweight to face Henry Cejudo in 2019 remains a stark example of the risks, as he appeared alarmingly skeletal at the official weigh-ins. Similarly, Conor McGregor, now walking around at approximately 200 pounds, once endured extreme weight cuts to compete in the featherweight division, sparking widespread concern among fans and pundits about his health at the time. Joe revealed that if he had control over the UFC and MMA as a whole, weight cutting would likely be eliminated entirely. While Rogan maintained strong relationships with UFC President Dana White and other key figures, the practice of extreme weight cutting appears unlikely to disappear anytime soon, despite mounting criticism. Brian Ortega chokes out online troll to sleep at his work. In a recent Instagram post, Ortega shared the story of how he ended up choking out a trash-talking gamer. According to Ortega, he often gets invited to play Fortnite with fans, but some take it too far with their trash talk. One particular online opponent talked so much that Ortega decided to take things to the next level. He revealed that the real reason he flew to North Carolina was to confront the gamer after making a bet. Ortega followed through, showing up at the man's workplace and waiting for him to finish his shift before making good on his promise, choking him out as part of their wager.
People ask me, hey, play with me on Fortnite, cool. Only problem is you guys be talking mad, you know what? So, I had a homie, well, you know, my online homie, started talking mad smack. The real reason why I flew to North Carolina was because he was talking shit. We made a bet. I said, bro, I'll fly over there and choke you out. Here he is. I showed up to his damn job. Had to wait for him to finish his job. So now, I'm gonna choke your ass out. Well, bet's a bet, dog. Bet's a bet?
Yeah.
You gonna go to sleep?
Yes.
Hell yeah. There we go. Put your hand up. Put your hand up. Put your hand up. That way I know when you go to sleep. You're out? He's out. Stay
Hey. Shit, man. I took a nap, man.
How do you feel?
I felt weird,
Sit
man.
back down before you ball.
No, I'm good.
How do you feel?
I'm good. Hey. Fucking shit felt weird, man. And that shit was kind of fun, man.
You see it.
In a recent episode of Home of Fight, Sean O'Malley's coach Tim Welch spoke about his fighter's comeback against Merab Dvalishvili and promised nothing short of a masterpiece performance. According to Welch, O'Malley is now operating at an entirely different level of focus, more dialed in than ever before. Welch acknowledged Merab's relentless pressure, but pointed out flaws in his takedown setups, stating that while his pace is impressive, the entries aren't as polished as they might seem. He gave credit where it was due, but emphasized that they've identified identified key weaknesses they plan to exploit. Welch assured fans that when O'Malley returns, they will witness a refined and calculated approach that will leave no doubt about his skills. Welch went as far as saying that Suga will offer fans a masterpiece of a performance against the champion. More importantly, Welch highlighted a major shift in O'Malley's mentality. Unlike before, where he balanced training with podcasts, media appearances, and outside distractions, O'Malley has now shut it all down. No more interviews, no more podcasts, just pure, undivided focus on sharpening his game. According to Welch, this version of O'Malley will be unlike anything we've seen before, and when he steps into the cage against Merab again, it will be a work of art.
I think the rematch is just going to be, you're going to see another level of focus. A lot of people said on the Sphere night, Sean just didn't look himself. He's not the type to really plant and really try to knock you out, and Merab got into these takedowns. Merab's like not that great at setting up these takedowns. He penetrates really fast, he changes levels, and you're not sure if he's changing levels or throwing hooks. I think the next time he fights Merab, you're going to see an absolute masterpiece and just a beautiful performance, and the Shug that everyone knows come out and piece his ass up. Recovering like a champion and just doing everything he can, putting down all social medias, not doing any more podcasts, saying no to interviews. And if you saw his recovery sessions after some of his workouts, you'd be like, holy smokes, he's really recovering and like a pro. And to beat someone like Merab, that's what it's going to take. Just we're gonna be ready. Wait till he's 100% ready to go and not try to just get through these fight camps and half-ass it.
In a recent video on his YouTube channel, a Georgian MMA enthusiast, Dvalishvili, sat down with the bantamweight champion Merab Dvalishvili, where he brought up an intriguing moment involving Khamzat Chimaev and a fellow Georgian Roman Dolidze. Vako revealed that Guram Kutataladze had previously mentioned an interesting story to him, but refused to share the details publicly. However, Vako revealed to the audience that Guram had shared the story with Merab instead. Intrigued by the details, he couldn't help but ask the champ more about it during their conversation.
That board Chimaev, oh my god, let's go, he's ready, my friend.
I've got to ask you this, Merab. Guram said that he shared the story about Khamzat and Roman sparring with you. Can you tell us how it went? The fans are really curious. Well, so we were training, right? Khamzat was at our gym, and me, Roman, and Khamzat were all training together at Extreme Couture. I was sparring with someone when suddenly I hear this loud scream of agony. I look over, and Khamzat is absolutely raging. He's punching the walls, looking around all furious. Then I glance at Roman, and he's walking around proudly, almost like he just won something. A couple of minutes later, I see Khamzat sitting there with his knee wrapped up covered in ice. So here's what happened. Roman put him in a knee bar. Khamzat didn't tap, got really angry, and ended up injuring his knee in the process. I think he's still dealing with a knee issue because of that. Merab's account of their intense training session wasn't the only time Roman Dolidze has taken a jab at Khamzat. Outside the gym, Roman has also been vocal about his thoughts on Chimaev's persona, criticizing him for talking too much and comparing him to a clown more focused on entertaining than competing. After Khamzat's victory over Kamaru Usman at UFC 294, Dolidze called him out on Twitter, accusing him of talking too much. When a fan mocked him for his relatively low follower count, the Georgian fired back, saying he'd rather live his life that way than be a clown entertaining people. Despite his bold words, the chances of Dolidze securing a fight with Khamzat seem slim, unless the Georgian defeats Marvin Vettori and gets closer to the title picture. What's your take on the tension between Roman and Khamzat, especially after the sparring incident? Do you think this will develop into a real rivalry, or is it just a matter of competitive tension between gym mates? Will Roman defeat Vettori in a rematch? With their first fight being extremely competitive and Marvin edging out a win, this rematch promises to be a thrilling clash, with both fighters looking to settle the score once and for all. That's it for today from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for daily MMA news.